Hi, Rosetta. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us. You are a patient of mine. We first met in early August of last year, so it was about 11 months ago. Tell me what your life was like for around that time and for the previous several years.
Didn't have much of a life. It was a lot of doctors, from one doctor to the other, trying to figure out what they could do to help me. Lots of different medications and a lot of just time in bed. A lot of urgent care visits. Just did not have much of a quality of life, really.
Right. And tell us a little bit about your life. I mean, you're married, you have kids. How old are you don't have to say how old they are, but yeah, I mean, you have a very busy life.
We do. We have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls.
Wow.
The oldest 2 are married.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either how I did it. I've often wanted to hit the rewind button and say, can we do the last 5 years over again? Because I'm enjoying it, but we made it through. So, that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, their school life and everything. It was just things that I wanted to be there for. And sometimes, yes, most of the time, no. And just skipped out on so much of that. But they were troopers and did what they could to just keep everything going.
Okay. And a lot of this started from a snowmobile accident about 8 years before we met. So really like 2011, I think that would have been. And so, ultimately we did 2 operations, one on all the nerves in the back of the head, and then a second operation about 4 months later on the nerves in the temple in the front. Speak a little bit about what the recovery was like after those operations, and what was the perioperative, meaning around the time of the operation, life like?
Mm-hmm. The first operation, I would still say was the hardest one, just a lot more muscles involved. In fact, I still feel that, those muscles need to build, but keeping it iced and resting. I probably tried to do some stuff a little sooner than I should have, because I was like, hey, let's have life again.
Right.
But it was good. Slowly, just building, and then ending up where it was the pain was still up here, and that's when we decided to do that second surgery. After that, literally 6-8 weeks later, I was like, whoa, this is incredible. Like, just that gradual better feeling.
All right. So how long after, for example, the first operation would you say, because you said 6 to 8 weeks after the second one is when you really started to feel good, and you were already about 5-6 months from the first operation at that point, but how long after your first operation, given that, that recovery was, it's never like, oh, you wake up and it's like all gone. It's like, it's not a magic trick. But how long after that first operation would you say you really said, hey, wow, this is so much better?
2 months. I think it was right on the money of about 2 months that it was like, oh, this was worth it. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
and I think that's so important for people to hear, because there's certain people, and I think for, wonderful reasons, post about how great they are, but a lot of people don't realize that it, takes a while to get there. And, there's certain people that wake up and they've never have that pain again. They say that demon is gone, sort of thing. And that's certainly wonderful, but that's not everybody. Right. So I think I'm glad you're able to share that with us, because I think that's a very common, probably the more common scenario. But let's basically cut to the chase. I mean, you are now about 7 months from the second operation, and almost a year, 11 months and change, or just shy of 11 months, sorry, from that first operation. What's going on now?
I could live. I can be a mom. I can be a wife. I can be involved in church again. I can actually have a social life. And I think that's something we hadn't realized was being taken away from us. I mean, after a while, nothing toward our friends, but they quit inviting you because they can't plan on you. And so we're involved in church. And actually, we are going with the youth this evening. That would have been something I would have never even tried to think of doing. Youth are noisy. So, that was just something
they certainly can be.
Totally. Don't even think of putting me there. Like, just going into a crowd of people, going grocery shopping.
Right.
just always being paranoid of what smells am I going to encounter, what noise, what bright light. I mean, just all of that was always just looming right over me, because that was going to put me in bed as fast as I had. Yeah.
Okay. And I think my staff said they recently saw a picture of you, which I would love to get a copy of, and you on your lawnmower, you know, your lawn riding mower, actually, you know, kind of back at it. And I think, speaks to where things are right now. So I'm going to give you the final word. I mean, it's obviously so encouraging and wonderful to hear that you are doing so well and have done so well. Anything else you want to share with anyone that might see this video?
I think for me, the biggest thing was, remember, as long as you've been down is the longer it's going to take to be back up and going again. And I think that's for me.
Great
I just
advice.
wanted a quick response, and I had to tell myself, just slow down. You've been down for 8 years. You're not going to be up and running in 8 weeks. So just that slowly letting myself heal, even though my head felt better, the rest of my body had kind of gone to mush, which was kind of depressing, but we're working at it. I mean, if I'm mowing again, we're getting there again. So
coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
and I'm looking forward to being a grandma. So it's like,
oh, really? Congratulations.
A year ago, I would have gone, oh no, how can I help my daughter? But now it's like, oh, I can be a grandma. I can do this. So it's just, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's, obviously over the moon, excited and happy.
I am. I mean,
as you are, seems so, that you're doing so well.
Jump and dance around. I'm just excited that I have life again. That's what I often tell people. It's just like,
all right. Well, don't hurt yourself, because that's how we started down this road. But yeah, look, you've done so great, and it's really so wonderful to hear stories like yourself. And I think, with all the sort of cautionary little points along the way, I think your advice there at the end is worth its weight in gold, because I think, with any operation, but certainly something like this, A, it takes time, and B, you got to let your body heal. It's been down for a while, and it's going to take some time to come back. So, I really appreciate you sharing your story, and I'm sure we'll be in touch again at some point soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Right. Take care.
Thanks, you too.